the Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies.
Tape Never Lies.
Starts now.
The Tape Never Lies.
The Tape Never Lies Network. Starts now.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive. Bears our live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive. Ran up with the true analysis you expect. Raw passion for the show. Bears fans get nothing less. Locked in with real emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range. In with facts my show. Post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but our bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened, to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey, yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. I guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Mill out counting bucks while the mayor pick fires. Our life keeps growing, Shane's all knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time and just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Senso. Fiery discussion on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame show, expect the fucking flame. Not for the average man, how long they can survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Our Live.
Bears our life. Bears our life. We go
Let him sit his ass there again. I don't think we're that much worse.
The myth, the red legend, Dr. Phil Otoshun.
This is football, baby.
Culture is the problem.
Let's get
little things.
Bears our life. Bears our
Son of a bitch, you better block.
life.
That's what happens. That's when you have a real good team.
And let's get it on.
give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
Welcome to BHL, TTNL Network. We always go live as soon as the game goes final. The Bears get their first W of 2025, and it couldn't come against a better defensive coordinator as the Bears send Matt Eberflus packing. He can see what he had and pissed away. Still lots of questions around this team, but we've had a lot of time in the offseason in these first two games to focus on the negative. I think this should be the Caleb Williams show. We'll see how many haters show up in the chat calling for backup quarterbacks and former quarterbacks. That'll be something fun to track as we go along here on BHL. Please head over to our YouTube page, subscribe to it, set your alerts, follow us on X, every form of social media. We would appreciate it. Let me grab my guy here, TDP. Phil, I know there's some question marks still out there, but like I said, I think a lot of negativity surrounding this offseason, and we saw some of it come to roost today. But man, end of the day, it feels good to see your best player go out there and put together a 4-touchdown game and really spit in the face of some of the critics that are trying to tear this kid down really from pass to pass at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you go into this game of football, and especially when you look at the tape and you see the culture, and we've gone over this over and over it again about this football team, about its culture, about its way of building and how they do it. today obviously was the Caleb Williams show, and I don't think it's hilarious Burkhardt fawning over this backup quarterback's arm from Dallas when you have Caleb Williams throwing hot pills out there like a young John Elway, accurate, on time. The throw to Luther Burden over the middle might be one of my favorite throws I've seen from a Bears quarterback. It reminded me so much of John Elway, being able to lace that ball on a beeline over the linebacker's head and just honestly just dropping it into Burden's hand. All day, all game long, Caleb Williams and company throwing dots out there. He should have had a 5th touchdown with Odunze dropping the football in the end zone. But, you know, Shane, you take this and you build off of it. It's all you could do. And it's great that it happens against Matt Eberflus and his defense and being labeled as some sort of defensive guru. And he got served very, very well in Chicago, like at a great steakhouse. And I look at this football team and I'm concerned still with this defense. The tackling is atrocious. The lack of a pass rush is still there. And it's crazy that the continuous narrative is about the quarterback, who is clearly the best player on the entire football team. So my rant really is in the reality of building off of a great win. Anytime you can win in the NFL, it's a great thing. Getting the running game going, some of the play call decisions, like I wouldn't have gone for it on 4th down and goal there. I would have kicked the field goal, but he goes for it. He hits DJ Moore over the middle. And it's just a testament to a young coach learning as he goes and a great young prospect at quarterback. And when you have that and you have a really good GM who gets it, we don't have that, by the way, then you have the opportunity to build a freaking complete dynasty. Like, you start building in that direction where you're constantly winning and on the precipice of the Super Bowl each and every year. You already have the quarterback. Shane is 100% right. You Bajent bananas out there. It's exactly what you are, bananas, because you don't understand the game and you don't see the talent. When a quarterback, despite his work ethic or whatever was put in the story or whatever's been told or heard, I think my colleague said it best, putting up those numbers and having the culture fuck that was Eberflus, who you just tore up a new asshole. It had to be great for Caleb to do that because he was neglected and abused, not just by Eberflus, but by the worst offensive line coach I've ever seen in football, Chris Morgan. Probably belongs coaching Division III, let alone being in the good old boys network, getting hired anywhere, who's running his mouth because he's just a bad coach and has an agenda. So despite all of that and what Caleb had to deal with last year, fans are still going to pile on him for God knows why. God knows why reason. And then you watch a game like today, and I wonder, like Shane, how you could come in and say anything. What is it going to be next? Well, the Cowboys were banged up. This was that. All I know is dropping dimes, being accurate, moving your feet, throwing inside, outside the pocket, not turning the ball over, moving the chains with his feet, his arm, threatening a defense. He saw it all on display there. Burkhardt should be drooling over Caleb. The agenda from the national media and the national narrative. Shane and I was scolding David Kaplan by the way, will be our guest this Wednesday on Keeping It 100. Like, stop. Just stop. Caleb is the foundation of what it is you're building. He's the best thing on the football team, and it's not close. And until this GM can catch up to what it is you have there, there's no way, no ifs, no buts, no excuses around it. I don't need the stats for Caleb. I saw what I saw today. Confidence, accuracy, running, just amazing ability. It's the problem in the world is the basement boys and the blog boys gathering together with their unknown hate for Caleb Williams and talk about a wobbly ball. Never heard it before in my freaking life. I was a former receiver myself, and all I know is my coach, my coach's coach, and every coach before that coach. If the ball hits you in the hands, you catch the fucking ball. The difference between winning and losing is catching and dropping the ball. You're going to come in here and speak on that stuff. You're as pathetic as the next blog boy starting his own podcast. We are going to find it and figure it out as we go. Great win here for the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson's first ever win, Shane. And I think when you ever have a victory like that, it's in celebration. I loved how the defense was able to intercept Dak, what is it, 3 times today? 2 times today, and then they got the other guy 1. So in the red zone as well.
3 times. Three times. Tremaine had 2 and Kevin Byard.
Well, but they only got it. That Byard got the last one against
already had
backup.
Yeah.
So it was 3 picks.
Yep.
2 of which your boy Tremaine Edmonds stepped up today.
Yeah, Logan Frost had himself a day today. That'll be addressed Wednesday night. I'm keeping it 100 in front of Jack Sanborn, but that's neither here nor there. Well, Phil, one thing that we're not talking about, and I put it in the stat line there at the bottom, 0 sacks given up today or taken by the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I thought the pass protection was really solid. Dahlman had a few issues there, and so did Jonah Jackson. But shout out to, on first glance, Braxton Jones played a pretty good game. Darnell, I know, started off a little shaky. I know Mike Huff had him out for the season.
I didn't see that.
At halftime, I go, oh, he'll be back in the second half once Huff put that in. And sure enough, shout out to Darnell Wright for sucking it up and getting back in there. But yeah, Shane, the story is Caleb Williams and the national narrative. What will they come up with this week?
Oh, it's like right here. You know, I was being called. Yeah, I had no confidence. 100%. I picked the Dallas Cowboys 38, the Bears 23. Bears, I've maintained all offseason, all preseason that they have to be in show me mode. They have to show me. And they showed me today. Is there things that we can still question? We will.
Fucking beating it. We're going to destroy it.
And we've also been pounding the table for this quarterback for a very, very long time while everybody's been melting down. And we've been taking thousands of bullets for that. And guess what? We haven't wavered. So
we've never left the support of Caleb Williams. So Caleb's family, Caleb's dad.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen?
Has always had your back.
You know what's going to happen, Phil, and I tweeted this out immediately after the game. Some reporter somewhere, some former player, some expert is going to say the Bears won today, 31-14. Caleb had 4 touchdown passes, but you know what? He didn't hit the 70% threshold that Ben Johnson talked about before
That'll be
preseason
Adam
started.
Hogue.
This is why Bears fans should be concerned. That you know,
Stay away from the calculator.
You know what's happening. You know,
stay away from the calculator. Leave a 20% tip when you're at a bar or restaurant. That's it. Guys, the stat scouts, it doesn't work. The eyeball test. See these stats below here? All great and dandy. What I saw out there is a confident, good, strong, young quarterback, an ascending talent that is in a system that understands aggressive attacking seams and windows. You face this Matt Eberflus shit, you better be accurate. You better be able to see the field. Thought Tom Brady did a good job of showcasing him going through his progressions, all of the stuff that's necessary. On that fucking flea flicker throw, that was the worst fucking toss back I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
Just stand in there.
It could have cost you that entire play, Phil.
Exactly. Not only catch it, but also have to stand in front of that with a guy going in your face, and you just fucking rip that ball down the field. I think it was like 60-something, 62 air yards. It's just sad. I don't understand the DJ Moore backfield shit. I just don't. You give it to Monin guy. Get this established. Rashawn Johnson has no business being on this football team.
None at all.
None whatsoever. Ruben Hippolyte, bad. Elijah Hicks has no business being on the roster. You're going to have to start looking at safeties, man, because it's just Brisker is non-returnable. He doesn't do it.
No,
he's not a football.
I believe every Bears safety is in a contract year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to see a complete revamp there for sure.
I agree with Dr. Zaya. He's just awful. He's bad at special teams. He brings nothing to the table. You can find someone. I know you challenged our patrons that you will go and find some upgrades on practice squads.
Yeah, I'll do that Wednesday night.
You have one up. I think you have an upgrade on your own.
Yeah, Britton Brown should be up.
There's no doubt Britton Brown should be up. Rashawn Johnson, yes, he holds, but you're on special teams. You don't let anyone inside you. And he does. It's just, again, we look at the whole picture. When I do a film breakdown, if you're not a patron, I'm looking at the line. I just focused on Caleb. Caleb, the line, running back steps, everything. Tight end blocking. It's just looking at the Chicago Bears through my scope. Your center has to be better than what he is. He's getting paid a lot of money. Not looking good. Jonah Jackson, out of shape, needs to be better. Braxton needs to be better. And Darnell Wright needs to be better. Got no... I liked what I saw, the little bit of Monin guy. Shane, I would have liked to see a little bit more. And then now your first round pick, something happened to Loveland. Now he's hurt. I don't know. Again,
Yeah, Loveland got downgraded to doubtful with a hip. So that's, something that you're definitely going to have to monitor. You saw Cole come in and have the big 10-yard touchdown. But again, it's early on in the game, you saw when the Bears were, going complete run formation, Eberflus was bringing that safety up, every time. And that's how you want to counter it with these two tight ends. And listen, without everything being said, Durham Smythe can make plays. He's just not as athletically gifted as a guy like Colston Loveland is. You saw on the 32-yard gain, Caleb had him on the first pass of the game and missed him. That should have been another big game. But again, Phil, last week we were talking about not getting anything from the rookies. You saw Luther Burden come in, and he probably had the quietest 100-yard game I've ever seen. With the 3 for 101. And if Caleb, I understand that they didn't want to force the ball there, but he had him when they were running the trick play again there at the end of the game, where he was wide open and probably would have walked in. But listen, it's early. They just interviewed Caleb Williams on the field. He's obviously all smiles running off the field. It's going to be interesting. Again, now what do the Bears have to do, Phil? Bears fans everywhere should enjoy this. Take it all in. Talk a little bit of shit to Bears and Caleb Williams haters everywhere. Let them know. But then starting tomorrow, it's time to get back to work. It's time for Ryan Poles to get to work and make some changes on this team and give yourself some more firepower on both sides of the ball. Because as of yet, you've done nothing. You've sat. You wanted to try to get better internally. That's not happening with Roschon. It's not, Phil. We know that. Andrew Billings, it's going to be interesting when we go through the tape to see what's there. Grady Jarrett, he almost got to Dak, but to this point, Grady Jarrett on the field has had a lot of disappointing plays. He's been a regressing player from Atlanta, and I know dealing with the injury there. But again, the Bears overpaid him for his leadership. So there's still a lot of concerns, but you have to take these wins and you have to stack them.
It's hard to win in the NFL.
It is.
And this is the NFL. There's no downgrade to beating Dallas. I didn't know what Bears team was going to show up. The defense looked pathetic in the beginning. Fucking running backs are just running over defensive linemen. Receivers are running over linebackers and D linemen. It has to get better on defense. It really does. I don't buy the excuses. Well, I can't call my plays because I'm missing all my guys. Hey, we haven't seen fucking Kyler Gordon. Anyone that gets paid by Brian Poles somehow disappears like David Blaine. That's what happens here. They all fucking change. It's like, let's give this guy a contract too early. And he sucks, Jonah Jackson. And then let's give Cole Kmet a big contract. And he sucks. Let's give another guy a big contract. And he fucking sucks again.
D-line isn't just weak versus the run, Incinerator. They're just weak in general. It's been omitted.
Pass rush. They're pathetic. It's sad. We finally got a sack from Montez Sweat. Oh, and Dominique Robinson made a sack.
After we called him out at halftime.
Yeah.
We called out Dominique Robinson. We called out Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett almost got there, and then Rob got.
That was a bad penalty.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
I thought he pancakes Booker. Pancaked him. And is crawling over him, tripping. There's no malicious intent there. I know it looked bad, but you gotta fucking look at it the right way. Someone is there on his body. You gotta look at it the right way. Has Cole gone better this year? Yes. I don't care if you disagree, Mark. All I know is last year Cole Kmet was clunky Cole pathetic.
Well, and guess who else believed that? The team that drafted a tight end top 10.
Exactly.
I mean,
sorry, Mark. You don't draft a tight end in the top fucking 10 when you have one you believe in. That's pathetic.
Yeah, they still shouldn't have done it because it was the deepest class.
I would have never done it
in recent history. But
look at my boy Harold Fannin Jr. with the Browns. Fucking, he's outrageous. He's playing quarterback, running back, fucking running deep route, trucking people. Could have had him in the fucking third round.
Right. I don't have any updates on any of the injuries. We'll see. Ben Johnson has been a little bit a little more liberal with talking on injuries. I would doubt that we're going to get any big update on that pregame or postgame today when he comes out to talk. But obviously, with him being downgraded to out, and it's been they said hip injury, so that's key. But it's it is what it is. Injuries are part of the game, and you just hate to see it come at the expense of some of your young players that are I think he could have really put a stamp on his rookie season today with some of the matchups that he could have created, but we didn't see it, and he went down, and I saw it immediately when it happened. I immediately thought it was an ankle because he got up and he was walking pretty gingerly, and then went into the tent and then came back out, and then they took him into the locker room, and he just never came back. So obviously it's something that we will monitor moving forward.
Yeah, I thought Tyreek Stevenson has been on the shit list of a lot of people, not us. Just saying he's got to be better, but this immense talent, I thought he played tremendous today. Thought he did
they have him down for 2 passes defense. Jesus, I thought I saw a minimum of 4 today.
He forced a big fumble.
One of the best plays you'll see.
I feel good about that football player.
Let me address this. Les says, did you guys notice that Caleb did not paint his nails today? Well, Les, he did paint his thumbnail.
Sorry, Les.
The lyric lemonade. So
Les is not more.
It's crazy. So you just outed yourself there for foolishness.
Less worrying about the wrong things.
Colston was the only one that didn't finish the game. He's got a hip. We'll see how that looks tomorrow. I told the guys in the locker room our really points of emphasis going into the week were playing great situational football, and I'm talking about third down, red zone, and 2 minute. And I thought they really answered that bell. I thought we were statistically better than that team in all 3 of those areas, and that was good formula for us to come out on top here this week. And so thought a number of guys played really outstanding football. 2 of the game balls went to Caleb. I'm looking at his numbers. 142.6 passer rating and 4 touchdowns. I thought he was really good.
Imagine 4 touchdowns.
The thing that you don't see on the stat sheet is he's getting a lot more comfortable calling those plays in the huddle. We were able to get out of the huddle a little bit faster, and we were able to get on the line and operate a little bit cleaner as well. So was proud of him for that. And then defensively, once again, a number of guys stood out to us, but Tremaine got the other game ball. He was all over the field, 14 tackles, 2 interceptions, and really came through for us in a big way. With that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
And today's game, no complaints. What was it like for you to have your vision, everything that you've been trying to get engineered here, materialize on the field?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, the first 2 weeks have not gone the way we wanted to, and it's early. But we got to get the issues fixed, and I thought the guys were committed to that here this week. And we had a good week of preparation, and they came out and they played inspired football today.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Things happen when you're playing hard, you're playing physical, and you're playing for the guy next to you.
Around with the mic.
That's what happened here today.
On the flea flicker, DeAndre said he got hit when he threw it. He described it as like he shot a free throw back to Caleb. What did you see from Caleb on the quick release to be able to turn that around?
Yeah, I mean,
what I saw.
When you asking particular questions, I'll have to watch the tape on all this stuff.
Fuck up with that dumbass question.
Handling looked a little bit iffy from my perspective, and those guys handled it really well. Caleb handled it really well, and he was able to throw a really nice pass there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm buying DeAndre Swift's recollection.
What was the kind of thought process of putting that play, and especially running it that particular time right after Caleb throws a touchdown?
Yeah, we have gadgets up every week. I give the staff a lot of credit. They're going through and they're watching the tape and finding out things that may or may not fit.
Les, we didn't cut off your fucking comment.
This year,
you said he didn't paint his nails. His nails were fucking painted today.
From yesteryear.
He had the lyric lemonade logo
really
on his thumb.
And
Stop.
Like I said, we worked it all week. And
the fact that you're worried about that says a lot about you as a person.
You're just
out of here.
soft, punk ass person. That's what worrying about nails.
Yeah, have a plan going into this
Who the
into
fuck
the game.
is looking
just
at
where
his
you're gonna go
nails?
for it on fourth down.
Less.
And we got it inside the 5.
Grandpa old timer sitting on his
Reaction on the
fucking
sideline
porch,
when Tyreek makes
worried
that
about
play
his
in the first
lawn.
quarter, and how much do you think that changed the game for you?
Yeah,
I'm last. I'm
had
gonna
4
play a
turnovers
victim
and
now.
didn't give away the ball at all. So I thought it was huge
Nails.
that early in the game. They were able to run the ball a little bit on our defense, and we knew that. We knew that they were going to be able to move the ball. It's a very explosive offense. They got playmakers all over
When
the place.
Elaine goes to
Their
the
offensive line's
Chinese
really good. They
nail
got 2
salon
first-rounders
and
up there.
she brings
And,
George's dad.
You know, I thought we came through with
he can
timely
understand
plays
it.
when we needed it, and that's a good example of it.
What
I
are
thought
they
Tyreek
saying?
in general had a really nice
That's
bounce
less.
back game. He's one of those guys, like a lot of us, that we haven't started the season the way we wanted to yet.
Worried
He's
about
capable
nails.
of being a big time player in this league, and I thought he played that way today.
On that fourth down play, DJ, we asked DJ about it. He said he had no doubt that you were going to go for it there. Is that
There's
the kind of
Big
attitude
John.
you've been trying
Big
to,
John
I guess,
K.
build in the
Respect
locker
your
room? You guys
elders.
know, have confidence that you're going to go
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily tell them when I am or when I'm not.
Ozzy Osbourne
But yet,
painted
I
his
don't think they're
nails, John.
surprised at
And
this
I'm
point
sure
with how
you
the preseason
fucking
went and the
love
first couple games
some
went.
Ozzy
We'll go
Osbourne.
for it anywhere on the field.
Your first win as a head coach, probably a moment you
Oh,
dreamt about
Iron
for a long
Maiden.
time. Will you be able to let that set in?
Yeah, it'll be fun for tonight,
gives a
and then
fuck.
we're on to the next one. You know, we're
Paint
behind the
your
8 ball
nails.
here. We're 1
Put
and 2,
some
and
stick
we
'em on your
get
fucking
back to 500
fingertips.
here.
Don't
So
care.
with Darnell Wright, he came out
Threw
and then
4 touchdowns
the whole
today.
time on the sideline, he was kind of flexing his hand.
Yeah, he had an elbow, and he was able to. I think he's gonna be fine.
Then in the second half, seeing the defensive line start to get to Dak, what do you think changed for them? Where it seemed like a struggle the first couple of weeks, but now it seems like they were sort of getting it at will.
They're down by 20.
Yeah, well, when you're up by multiple scores and it turns,
I mean,
into a
it's not that
dropback
fucking
game,
hard.
It makes it
Yeah.
a lot
Jesus
simpler
Christ.
to tee off, and so. Yeah, they really did a nice job in those situations.
Come on.
I talked
The
about
reporters-
2-minute stuff.
the reporters
Big
need to
deal
do
for
better.
us, and I
They
thought
should
the way
aim to
we
get
handled
70%
the
of
end
their
the first
questions
half
be
on both
legit
sides of the
questions.
ball was
We're
really good,
nowhere
and then,
near that.
I think the way they finished the game there in the
70%.
fourth quarter for us was
We're
huge.
fucking way out of that league.
Draw a connection between the way you challenge your team publicly during the weeks and the way they responded today.
I don't know.
Thanks.
They did a good job today.
Did you see a lot of your, with Caleb,
Thank
did you see
you,
a lot of
Ben,
your coaching
for
points
being
with
a
him
good coach
materializing
here.
as far as using his eyes to
What
throw the
are you
defense off
concerned
the
about the
breaks?
6.1
I have to go back
rush
and look. You know,
yards
when I'm in the moment there,
against your
I'm just trying to
defense?
see
That's
yeah.
the play and
more
where we're at
important.
and keep the thing moving.
Eberflus
for him.
has
So,
finally developed Caleb
these are good
Williams.
questions for
Follow
him.
84. Yes.
Another one for you. On the
It only
free
took
throw
him going to
contest,
Dallas.
Were you able to tell how well it worked? Were you able to tell like multiple guys open downfield, anything like that?
I saw when the ball was in the air that Luther was open.
I thought Luther played great.
All right, thanks.
Dr. Huff. Dr. Huff is in the building.
Yeah. So we'll be waiting on Caleb coming up here next. He's probably, fixing
Les
some of the
should paint his nails.
fixing the chip paint on his.
I gotta
on his
cut
thumbnail.
my nails though, Shane. For
Yes,
real, man.
please take care of that.
Seriously.
You are not a man.
I was throwing a temper tantrum last night.
Yeah, we watched.
And I'm
couple
like,
times.
could you hear me on that? thing?
No, you gotta.
Okay, good.
They gotta give at least some raw sound. That's
No, I'm afraid of that.
no. You're too far away. You're never gonna hear. You're never gonna hear. But we definitely need some raw sound so you can hear the whistles and stuff. Because it.
There was a debate over sound, but
Yes,
we'll talk about that.
I'm right. You're wrong on this. It gets a little monotonous with no sound. Definitely. I think that-
Marcel gets monotonous with his commentary.
Oh yeah, Marcel calling you out, man.
Okay, Marcel, I'm down my center and 2 guards. I ran 3 times in a row, and we couldn't get in. I put the ball in the quarterback's hands on a move.
So I'm sure
Jesus
the
Christ.
video will come out, but right now on Fox they are showing the team mobbing Ben Johnson, ripped his hat off, and now he is leading them. So like I said, hopefully this is the beginning
Ben don't
of
smile.
Oh, he is here. So you'll
Not at
be
the
ready
podium.
be ready for that. But
Les is scared.
I have not seen any lights turned off. I have not seen
No.
any lights
Club
going
drum.
around. He does have the game ball that they presented to him. So
we get footage of this?
they should. Chicago Bears social media team will
They're
probably have it
outstanding.
on. But yeah, they
They
put
are
out their
great.
they put out their promo led by Kevin Byard today.
Outstanding department there.
They'll put it out with no audio available. I'm sure that will be their move. That's something that they've done this year also, is when players are walking onto the field, there's no audio. So that's always fun. But just to get back to this, Phil, like I said, everybody knows that the running game is an issue. I think this offensive line, with their warts, the more that they play together, it's been 3 games now. You saw some improvement from Braxton. It'll be fun to watch once we dive into the tape to see. You brought up Jonah Jackson. Definitely needs to get in shape. I maintain that Darnell Wright needs to get into some better shape. Darnell had 8 penalties last year.
Yes.
And at one point today, he had 5 penalties through 10 quarters of play in the 2025 season. So that is a problem. That's a top 10 pick that you're not just relying on. A top 10 pick has to be a franchise pillar of your team. This isn't Roshan Johnson and Ryan Poles trying to pound that down your throat as a franchise pillar. Rome Odunze, same type of thing. Rome is out there making some plays, but Phil,
gotta be consistent, man.
We've seen 4 dropped passes in the past 2 games from Rome. And I know Greg didn't want to agree that Caleb should have made those passes last week. You're trying to make a play, and we broke it down, Phil. They were,
oh my
they were
God,
right on him.
dimes.
Today, that's another touchdown. Yes,
it's funny how we said it right after BHL that Caleb was the last concern and was actually pretty good. People just weren't helping him out. Then Monday comes, the national media, the Chicago local media, including our friend who we will hold accountable, Cap, killing Caleb. I'm like, stop. It's embarrassing. It's wrong what you're doing. You're feeding the fucking lesses of the world. And sure enough, by Tuesday, QB School, Kurt Warner, all these guys with tape access are like, wait a second. And Phil and Shane are right. Caleb isn't the problem. He actually played pretty damn good considering what was going on. And blah, blah, blah down do-si-do lane. It's the same shit. Today, it's a team game. Yes, there's going to be standout performances by the hardest position to play in all of football. But when you're building and you're trying to find your identity and you're making coaching errors and special teams errors and so on and so forth, you can't, put it all on the quarterback. And I guess Chicago, that's what locally and the fan base wants to do.
Well, it is, Phil, and it sadly we know what it is. It's a clickbait world, and that is what is going to get reactions from a starving fan base, and that includes you and I. That includes everybody in the chat. We understand the Bears' warts, but at the end of the day, trying to create a narrative about Caleb Williams that the kid can't play, that he's not bought in. Like I said, please explain to me. Please explain how when you're not bought in, you're blowing off meetings, all of this, that you don't want to be here, how you're putting up any type of positive stats. It's the NFL, and that doesn't happen. You're not going to go out there and have any success, statistically even, if you're not bought in or putting in some semblance of work. So if you want that all to be true, then there's only one answer. And if Caleb is doing that while he's not bought in or putting in any work, it means one thing, that he's the most talented motherfucker that there is out there. If he's coming away with 3,500, 20 and 6 as a rookie, but not bought in, that's the
100%.
No other way to put it.
I thought when you said that on After Dark, you had hit a home run there.
Yep, and that's the thing. And today, and Osmonica's right. We've discussed this. They hated it before he got here. They'll hate him when he wins here. Then if he he wins us a Super Bowl, they were say they were on board the whole time. And that's the truth. Imagine watching Caleb Williams today and having 4 touchdowns. Easily could have been 4, or easily could have been 5, or even 6. I maintain if Swift doesn't cut back inside.
What did he's cutting back inside? Like,
yeah. But
what are you doing?
But imagine coming on to a post-game show, breaking that down, and your first comment is about the fucking guy's nails. It just it paints the fucking picture of where your thought is. And I don't want to it's bullshit. That was Les's first fucking comment on TTNL ever. I have the background here. That's the first one. Well, he didn't paint his comments, or he didn't paint his fingernails. That's, finally. Now he's a leader. It's whatever. You're going to nitpick the fucking kid to death no matter what. So go root for somebody else. Go be a Jets fan. Go root for the Commanders. Have fun. Don't need you here.
It's honestly a showcase of ignorance. And again, when you can't have nice things and you can't see things for what they truly are, I know what it is to play and to coach and to understand the dynamics of every down or special teams, situational football, all of that stuff, and how difficult it is. I'm not demeaning it, but when you have this kind of talent, there's a throw in this game that I think they didn't do a good enough job. And I think if it was Patrick Mahomes, they would have done and painted this picture. It's a naked boot and somebody fucks up the block. So there's pressure right in his face. And he jumps back and rips a fucking ball to fucking Adunze. All arm. I don't know how many yards that was to the sideline, but I know he's on the opposite hash. And he just fucking throws a strike. Now, Burkhardt does this. Whoa, what a throw. And they don't dive into just how fucking outstanding that throw was. It was outstanding. And we got some video for it. There he is. Good. Good. They got a chant like Coach O. You're muted for some reason.
That was me. It's because I'm hacking up. That is the anti Matt Eberflus there. That is
100%. That's how you fucking celebrate a win.
Yep. Lights don't need to go off.
You don't have to have a fucking dance party with Jalen Johnson tweeting out his little fucking descriptions of how much he wants to fucking get paid to be injured. You don't need any of that shit. You don't need all of these old school, what was it, Eddie Jackson, all that bullshit. Fucking win. Discipline. Football. That's how you win. I love to see that. Guys chanting back, having a culture that you're building. We have issues. Defense tackling issues.
Oh,
we have pass rush and tackling issues.
You might have to do 2 separate shows this week, Phil. Hold on. Here is QB1.
It's wearing the fucking Letterman jacket.
Yeah, I think it starts
That's the
practice.
Lyric Lemonade
And
jacket.
how
That is
consistently we're
the
in
emblem that
practice.
is on his
The
thumbnail,
preparation,
painted less, by the
when
way.
we're actually between the white lines,
Less.
going out there and, competing
Not
versus
more.
each other and, having these tough practices. And, it builds the confidence for us to be able to go out here and have a game like we had today. So, the consistency and things like that, that becomes a thing when you can, you have a day like today and then you can come back and do it again and again and again. So it's something that we have to, work
Like the
on
jacket,
and keep
too.
striving for every day in practice. And obviously, we get out here in the game.
An old Lyman Hall jacket looked like that.
DeAndre, what's going through your mind? It's a little bit longer getting back to that.
Yeah, something we practice all week, and I underthrew. Luther a couple times, and either missed it, and then just building the belief and confidence with the guys, is just communicating with them, and I told Luther you won't outrun me in the game, and just run, and they did a great job. O-line, that's a flea flicker is a really long play, and so for them to be able to hold up and be able to allow DeAndre to toss the ball back to me, it kind of did a free throw kind of floater kind of thing, and after that just let it rip and let Luther go make a play.
Caleb, how do you, when there's the delay of the ball coming out like that, coming back to you,
he's going back to his question again
quickly and be somewhat accurate?
Who is that voice?
Yeah, I think it's
Leisure?
Jason
God
Leisure, yes.
given ability, I guess, to be able to get it
Sometimes.
out that fast. I don't know. And then just a belief and confidence in Luther being down there, and in those moments you're kind of taught to kind of peek at the defense before you get the ball. So peeked at a few times while the ball was coming to me. And then
The jacket is
like I said,
available on
just throw it out there,
ChicagoBears.com.
as far as I can,
$350,
and let Luther go make
and
a
it
play.
can be yours.
When you peaked, how well?
Special event
It
item.
worked pretty well. The guys did a great job, wide receivers wise.
$350.
They did a great job,
get it for
lulling
Kerry
the DBs
Franklin.
and safeties asleep. And then after that, it's head down, run, and then just
Imagine
look
if
up.
we kicked that field goal against Minnesota.
That was probably my longest drive I've maybe had, maybe 20, maybe my longest, but it was tiring. I was hoping that he would call a
The
pass
Raiders
play so
open
we
next
could
week as a
try and go
2-point
scoring in
favorite
the drive,
over the
but
Bears.
we end up running the ball well, getting that going, and then obviously being able to find a strike right there and score. So it was awesome.
On the touchdown, well,
Creighton just ordered it.
right away, or what's your?
Sending it to me.
So I
gift.
I ended up dropping 5 steps.
The Raiders
drop
got
on
beat
that,
big
and
time.
Eyes was down the middle for a little bit, and then when I peeked over
41-24.
after my first couple steps,
Raiders looking
ended up
good.
seeing number 7 slipping, and then roamed through his
They
hand
worked
up, did a great job with that,
4 minutes
and
of
we were just on the same
Raiders on
page, just
Monday
getting the
night
ball and let
when
him
they
go
were
score.
goo-gooing, gaga-ing over Geno Smith.
Yeah, it's great. I think
For
it just builds
4
confidence
minutes.
within the whole team.
And then he
Being able to
proceeds to
see
throw
offense,
three
defense, offense, and being able to score how many points we scored, and then defense being able to get us how many.
Oh,
how many
he's a
turnovers
wily
they had,
veteran
and,
with great
and
accuracy.
that's such an explosive.
And there's
offense,
an
as y'all know.
interception,
And then also
Tom.
just being able to, on special teams, stop there.
And there's another
guy,
one.
number 9. He's one of the most explosive players in that.
Mariota is
position.
him.
So I think on all 3 phases, I think it builds confidence for us, builds confidence for us as a team, and as an organization to be able to go out here and win these games and feel confident about who we got in this field.
Caleb, you were Saturday. That was the first time in your career.
Yep.
Walk away.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All kudos to the big boys up front. They've been working their tail off, and I know we had 4 one of those other weeks last week, and the game got away from us. So you start having to throw the ball downfield and have to hold the ball a little bit longer than you want to. So being able to get the ball out fast, obviously. That plays a part, for me, being able to get the ball out, tire the defense out, run the ball well, and then, not be predictable in those situations. And then, from there, it's being able to just be able to go out there and execute.
Shouldn't have made such a dumb comment then, Les. Sorry, buddy.
Yes, you gotta have thick skin. We're gonna break your
It's,
balls.
it's football.
After 2 weeks ago,
We
he
do.
Football.
the Vikings come back.
Made
It
a
happens.
stupid comment.
Do to kind of push
Gonna
down
own
whatever-
it.
You've watched this for 78 years. You should
You
know.
know. Don't be
No
the guy
concerns.
that
You know,
takes his
that
ball
team that,
and goes
had
home.
That happened.
Don't be that guy.
Or the team that
Just be
came back.
less
against us.
the nail painter.
Great team and things like that. But this week there
Forever
wasn't
be
any
less.
concern. We got all the belief in the room, and in all of our rooms, and in this organization. And
See?
I think it's us being able to focus on us.
Don't want to be that guy.
and focus on what we need to be able to do out there and execute plays. That's it. It's all good.
How did it feel to have the game that you did going directly against Matt Eberflus as the opposing defensive play?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think it really necessarily matters who when you're able to have a game as effective as we were able to have on offense. It feels great, to be honest. Whether it was Matt or it was any other defensive coordinator, Flo, or anybody else that we've played. or anybody else that we're going to play. When you're able to go out and score a bunch of points as an offense, it's fun. Obviously, because you put in so much hard work, and you want to be able to go out there and execute the plays that are called, and that's what happened today.
Dallas was driving when Tyreek Stevenson stripped that ball.
Yes.
What did that do there? Did that energize you guys?
Yeah. I mean, beginning of the game, obviously we had a 3 and out, and you don't want those to start the game when you get the ball first. And for Tyreek to be able to make a play like that, energize the team in all 3 phases. And so us being able to get the ball back right there and kind of start the scoring for us and start the momentum for us was important. And happy for him to be able to have that moment and get us the ball back.
Are you guys seeing concept just with all the stuff, like 2 minutes is so heavy in training camp? You guys have been really good at it, end of half situations, the long play drives, 12, 15 play drives that we saw in training camp.
Look at those stats right there. I wish we could pause it. Because there's your 77 percentile with
I think
2 picks.
we have so many guys that care
and a loss.
It's something that
when you're looking at
Coach
percentages and
we have
stats,
so many guys that
all
care
that shit,
about
you're just doing it wrong.
us as teammates, but also just us as winning.
Every quarterback's going to leave throws out there.
Like you were just talking
The
about.
70% threshold has always been stupid.
Our hard work.
It was a
preparation,
goal, and like I said, Jared Goff didn't reach it until year 9 in the NFL. That was last year under Ben Johnson.
Those are going to come.
But they want this kid to do it in fucking training camp practice.
There that I talked about
under a new coaching staff.
It's just us being able to go out there and do it and execute it, and that's always what it comes down to.
It's a new staff, new offense.
I have not, but I've heard about this the 4 touchdown thing. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, congrats everybody. You got free hot dogs.
Yeah. Free hot dogs tomorrow, Ivan.
Yeah,
Ivan should be running.
We want all of our guys to be
on
able
his
to
scooter with George McCaskey
to get going.
Imagine
and
Ivan and George racing a scooter.
That we want to have on
That would be
offense. And
amazing.
so being able to get our guy DJ the ball and definitely score, I know that feels good for him.
I'm
It feels
George
good for me.
McCaskey,
I was super excited for
and
him.
I approve this
gave him
message.
kind of a hug, like I was going to give him a nuggie, but it's super exciting to be able to
the whole DJ interaction. There was people on X trying to say that they were fighting about that.
Oh my God!
Because they couldn't complain about the on-field product, so they're like, "Oh, here we go."
I think I've done a good job.
DJ didn't like his thumb being painted.
All around and kind of keep all my my wide
Nathan,
receivers happy because they do a good job out there blocking and you only
Shane
get
and Phil at
70
TTNL.
plays and
Bears gave you a gift.
Get 5.
Yeah,
6,
so if you want a free hot dog tomorrow,
targets.
the
And
Wiener
so,
Circle.
been able to have those
taking care of
moments
it
and being
for
able
you.
to have those
Wiener
guys scoring and
Circle
keep that
giving
momentum
out
going
free
with
hot
those guys
dogs
and,
tomorrow.
building the momentum and
Wiener
trust and all those
Circle.
things. So it's important to be able
Where
to
is
give all of our guys
that
the ball and,
located?
happy for DJ.
Where's Ron G to tell us?
Yeah, as y'all know, as
Look at
Luther
Les.
said, if you get the ball in his
He's
hands,
coming
it's a
around.
problem. So,
Les out here promoting guys
we
that
always
paint their
wanna be able to
nails.
get our
Good
guys
job,
the ball.
Les. Proud of you.
is back.
Today, I think Luther showed up, big time
A
for
lot
us.
of bots
He's
in the
he's
fucking
continuing to
chat.
grow. We're excited for
I
him.
think
and
he
his
was
growth.
testing
And,
to see if we put
I
a positive
think,
comment
being able
up.
to get him the ball builds a lot of confidence for him.
Yes,
a lot
we
of trust
will,
between
Les.
we
We
us
also
and
forgive.
the coaches.
There you
and,
go.
myself
See,
as
there's
his
the
QB,
address.
There it
We're
is.
going to keep growing.
Wiener
He's going to be a
Circle.
big playmaker for us.
2,622 North
I
Clark
thought,
Street.
I thought the Wiener Circle was at Les's house, but I was proven wrong there. That's not his address.
Eyes, manipulate the defense, and then no pre-snap penalties today.
How about 11 runs in a row?
Yes, no pre-snap penalties.
I like
today,
that.
Which is what we
19 play drive.
When we get
11
when we start
runs
having
in a row.
penalties
Then
and
we
things like that,
score
that's-
off that,
that's
then
when
Ben
we start
comes
having
out
our drives
passing.
that die and die fast. And so I think being able to understand that as a team.
Yes,
and
sir.
understand the
Ahmed,
focus that we
$1.99.
need,
Caleb is tied for first
and all the hard work that we put
touchdown
in throughout the
passes
week.
Aaron
with
Rodgers.
Just to have those
Aaron
moments of a maybe a mental lapse,
His idol.
of pre-snap penalties and things like that. I think it's important for us to understand that and be able to understand that when we get going and we get that first down, that we're pretty tough to stop as an offense. And so
it's Tuesday. Tuesday is
understanding
free hot
that, and,
dogs.
we got to keep, like I said
Not
before,
Monday.
we got to keep being
Right.
consistent with that
Yes.
and
I
the
want
pre-snap
Chad
stuff. But
Angle.
all the stuff
Les,
that,
go to
that's
Wiener
shown up,
Circle tomorrow. They're free
with
for you,
want
bud.
Les.
all the hard work that we've been able to put in as an offense and all the hard work that I've been
Great
putting in
and see.
myself with the coaches, after
make
hours
sure
or
Bogey gets
whatever
over
the
there
case
for
may
some
be.
free
It's
hot
nice
dogs.
to show up, and I think the guys are believing more within
Ivan
the
could
coaches,
do a
believing more
taste
within
test
themselves,
on the free
Man,
and
weenies.
believing more within us.
Has anybody
And
done a
and I
welfare
say
check
that
on
as
Carm?
the guys, but also me.
I don't know. Is Carm
You
okay?
guys had a players only meeting on Wednesday. What came out of that? What
Well, let me share what a players
I
only
think
meeting.
just being able to communicate with everybody,
Tell you.
and be on the same page, and
Tell you all the inner circles.
figure out how we want this to go. I've always said that the best teams are player led, and that's what we are. And we got like I said before, also during the summer, I believe that Ben has set the standard for us, and we have to execute this standard.
Given Ben the big role in the locker room, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, the trust and belief and the hard work and
Sound like a guy that's
just all of it together.
a couple of quarters
been
away
able
from getting
to
benched.
Have that moment for
Sure
him,
don't.
And his family, the organization, this historic organization. It's just a constant growth mindset that we're on. But to be able to have this moment for him and us is really important. And like I said, it's important for us as a team organization. To be able to keep building this momentum and have this growth that we want to go on, and this run that we want to go on. Awesome. The Bears.
We better get to Costco tonight. Pick up a lot of weenies. Free wieners.
Free wieners. Yeah, I was just gonna bring this up for everybody so they could see it. I know they were there was a lot of love for it here. So there you go. If you head over to chicagobears.com.
There it is.
Yep. And there is a promo code that you can use. Shipping is free with the word hurdle.
Promo code
all
wiener.
in caps. Yeah.
What will it knock it down? 20%?
But all sizes beyond large, small, and medium are sold out already. So
there you go.
There you go. We give it all to you here, folks.
There's no 2XL less.
Oh, look who's in the chat, Phil. It's Marcel.
Marcel, I saw him. He's like, listen, I was going off the coach's angle. I saw his comment.
Gotta hold him accountable.
Gotta hold me accountable. Trust me, I wanted to run it in. I don't know. I think I ran 11 times in a row.
Well, and what did I text you? The way Tate's been throwing the ball, it's never a bad option.
Well, if our inside slot receiver runs his route flat, like he's supposed to, that's a touchdown before the half and a tie ball game. And trust me, did I lose it in the locker room? That was a scary, motivating speech in the locker room, Shane.
Let's rip through some of these. Pantruvius, Sweezy, $4.99. Caleb is playing like a beast, shutting up the block boys. And doing this to Puss Flus's defense is the sweetest of life's joys. That is our quarterback. Thank you, Pantruvius. Rob Thames, $4.99. Can you imagine how much we would have won by if Caleb had thrown a couple of picks? Oh, that's the tweet that out, Rob. I'll give you some love on.
Actually, I could just take a picture of this with us and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, do it.
Tweet that out. Hold on. It's gotta be clear.
Get it. Oh God, you still got that old iPhone 16? Jesus, dude. Come on. It's embarrassing.
Hopefully it's clear. I'm gonna text it to you. Then you tweet it out.
All right. I'll give Rob some love. Clintonio, our guy, $1.99. You motherfuckers who said start. I thought he was talking to us for a second. You motherfuckers who said start 17. Keep that same energy. Goddamn right, Clintonio. Let him know.
Antonio knows.
Creighton C. Completion percentage 67.8 yards, 298, 10.6, 4 touchdowns, long as 65. Rating of 142. Sorry, coach, you're getting the stats, and they are impressive. Bear down, keeping it 100. Thank you, Creighton. Creighton's out here spending dollar bills. He just bought that jacket. Just gave us $9.99.
Got his nails done, Shane.
Right in the schnoz, $5. Great game by Caleb. Timely defensive plays. Stevenson fumble reminded me of a block in the NBA where the ball is snatched off the backboard. Yeah, it was an amazing play. If you are a TTNL network patron at halftime, I think it's one of the best defensive plays I've seen by a Bear player over the last 5 years. I really do.
It was a hell of a play.
You couldn't have pulled it off. I mean, in that situation, giving up a long run. So yeah, props to Tyreek Stevenson. Ben Hooper, 1999. Here's my argument with all the Caleb haters and fans who don't understand fundamental football. Put Mahomes, Allen, or Jackson in the Bears offensive system in the last 4 or 5 years. You really think they would fall? No, of course they wouldn't. Ben, it's because you're smart. You understand, and that's what we've been preaching here. It's you're trying to steer the Titanic away from the iceberg, and you're not steering a jet ski where you can turn on a dime, and that's the process that we're in. And anybody that wants to bag on Caleb Williams, again, we've been over it 1,000 times. You didn't like him from jump. It just is what it is.
Thanks, Ken.
It is
100%.
Yes. So thank you, Ben. Look at
And
Les. Here you guys
There
go.
is.
The Bears, the paint.
The paint.
$2.
Winning in the paint.
Right.
Backboards, basketball references.
Les is sitting on his couch right now talking to his wife.
Les loves us.
These motherfuckers. I say one goddamn thing about Caleb's painted nails, and now these motherfuckers make a whole bit out of it on their show. That's what Les, you've been watching us for 8 years. You said 7 or 8 years. We do. We address it.
You don't go to your favorite breakfast place and order something.
Has anybody noticed that Ninos isn't in the fucking
Ninos
chat
is
tonight?
nowhere to be fucking
Remember
found,
the
Jay.
Bears drafted Kyler Murray. Remember that Ninos? Where'd he go? He's probably out. He's probably out scouting 6-year-old football players like he did last time we called him out. Right, right, Ninos.
Oh
man.
Ninos.
Razzle scam baits, $10. TTNL, best coverage anywhere. That is true, and it should be a joyous show tomorrow night on CHGO after dark.
Will Greg complain about any of the throws?
Well, I did have a tweet at Greg in game that I'll.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to see if I can find it real quick?
Yeah.
And share
Adam
it
will be fired up. Rank will be happy. Rank.
Yeah. Before we get out of here,
I just want to talk about Eberflus for a quick. Rank imitates me, so I gotta.
He's a good guy. I'm not here.
I'm not here to shit on him.
Anybody that likes bees, I'm a fan.
Listen, when you're looking at shit, you want to. Honey's a good thing. Honey is a good thing. Oh boy.
My tweet said, "This is Greg Braggs breaking down the flea flicker from Caleb Williams to Luther Burden."
Wouldn't that be all right? Wouldn't that be all right?
So, where else are you going to get that hard hitting analysis? If not from our brother Gregory Braggs. We will be live tomorrow night on CHGO after dark. Greg Braggs, Adam Rank, Phil Latoshin, myself, Shane Marsaw, and right after we're done, Big Steve Edwards and Ivan Vargas will go live with the Bear Down with Big Steve. So we will have it covered from every angle. That is for sure. You guys can always count on us. But I'm putting an end to this show, even though it was a big win for us tonight, because I do not feel good. I'm caught all of the sickness from my 2 kids, unfortunately, and my head is pounding. So I'm going to go take some meds and sit back and probably rewatch this game and try to make myself feel better. But we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys.
Decongestant.
Bears win 31-14. Ben Johnson gets his first win as head coach of the Chicago Bears. Again, I'm still in show me mode. Show me. Go out to Vegas.
Got to do 2 in a row.
Get a big W for our guy Brett Maley out there. I know Cap is going to be out there with ESPN 1000. Greg's going to be out there with CHGO for the Vegas trip. Phil and I will
going to Vegas.
What?
be here in Boston because that's where we live. That's where we grew up. And we're Bears fans. Not really. But anyways. All right. We love you guys. We will see you soon.
Ryan and Matt are men of character.
Well, not anymore. But anyways, let's get out of here. Bears win. Tell them, Angelo. Love you guys.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.